All right, welcome back to section 10.1, part 2, energy processes in plants. In our previous lecture, we talked about photosynthesis and the materials and how they move through plants. We talked a little bit about cell structure and the importance of photosynthesis. And so today we're going to focus on cellular respiration. So what is cellular respiration? And then finally make that connection to photosynthesis and how these two very important processes are related to one another. So, cellular respiration is a series of chemical reactions that convert energy from food molecules into a usable form called ATP. We are making energy so we can carry out cell processes inside of an organism. And so the basic ingredients is you take in sugar, you breathe in oxygen. This is a combustion reaction. And the byproducts of a combustion reaction are always carbon dioxide, water, and energy. So we eat food because food has sugar in it. We breathe in oxygen, and then as a result, we exhale CO2. We can also exhale water or sweat water, and then we have energy to carry out cell processes inside of us. So that's cellular respiration in a nutshell. So how do we release energy from sugars? Okay, so where does this all take place? So sugar is in the form of food. Oxygen we get from the air. We exhale carbon dioxide, and then sweat or exhale water, but we get energy. This happens in the cytoplasm and the mitochondria. So in the cytoplasm, sugar is broken down into smaller bits of, we'll just say two halves of a sugar molecule, we'll say. And then those molecules enter the mitochondria, where we get a lot of ATP being made. So glucose or food goes in, we breathe in oxygen, water, CO2, and energy come out. Why is cellular respiration important? So sugar is a usable form of energy for us. If plants could not do cellular respiration, they would not be able to grow, and they would not be able to reproduce or repair cells. Those are all cellular processes. And so when we compare photosynthesis and cellular respiration to each other, take a look at the reactants. Reactants are what goes into the reaction. So for photosynthesis, it's light, CO2, and water. But for cellular respiration, it's sugar and oxygen. If you take a look at the products, what comes out, we have sugar and oxygen. And then over here for cellular respiration, it's CO2, H2O, and ATP. Now you should be making some connections here. Oh, wait a minute. The reactants of cellular respiration, sugar and oxygen, are products for photosynthesis. And the reactants for photosynthesis are products for cellular respiration. So they are, in fact, the exact opposite of each other. The organelles, they take place in different organelles. With plants, it's chloroplast. Cellular respiration is the mitochondria. And then for the type of organism, photosynthesis is carried out by plants, algae, whereas for cellular respiration, it's both plants and animals. Plants do both photosynthesis and cellular respiration. Animals, which is us, we can only do cellular respiration. We cannot do photosynthesis. So you can see that they are connected to each other, okay? So if I look at mitochondria, which we just discussed today, and how it releases CO2, water, and energy, that CO2 and water is going to be used in the process of cellular respiration. Used in the process of photosynthesis. Sorry, I was looking at this word up here. So CO2 and water and sunlight go into a plant, and sugar and oxygen come out. And then we consume the sugar and we breathe in the oxygen and they go into the mitochondria. And we undergo cellular respiration and release CO2 and water and they come out. And so you can see that they are intertwined to each other in a big cycle or circle, if you will. So quick review. How do materials move through plants? I hope you're saying vascular tissue or xylem/phloem. Question 2. Why do plants need to carry out photosynthesis? They make their own food. Question 3. How do plants capture light energy? I would accept chloroplast or chlorophyll. Question 4. What are the two main steps of photosynthesis? Step number 1, capturing sunlight. Step number 2, making sugars. Where does photosynthesis take place in a plant cell? The chloroplast. Oh, I have 2 number 5s. Awesome. Where does cellular respiration take place in an animal cell? There's actually 2 places. It's mostly the mitochondria, but it also takes place in the cytoplasm. All right, so that does it for 10.1, energy processes in plants, specifically cellular respiration today. You do have a 10.1 worksheet, and that will be due on Monday. Let me know if you have any questions.